Talking about the worst, can you feel the flow? We dissect the plot, the acting is insane. Laughing at the dialogue, these movies are a pain. Grab your popcorn, settle in for the ride. Our podcast is the place where bad movies collide. We're true blue fans of the Riff Tracks crew, mocking cheesy films. It's what they love to do. From Plan 9 to the Room, we've seen it all. They'll make you laugh and cringe, they always give their all. True Blue Riffcast, we're your podcast folks, talking about the movies that are worst of the worst. True Blue Riffcast, join us on this quest to find the loves in films that fail the test. Tuesdays at 10.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. It is I, Dr. Thaddeus Rusty Venture, and this is an intro to True Blue Riffcast with Jeremy and Dave. Riffing about riff tracks and bad movies, such as The Godfather, Citizen Kane, and The Devil Wears Prada. Rusty. Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt, but those are all good movies. In fact, great movies. Well, James, did you ever hear of a little expression called eye of the beholder? Well, yes, but there's such a thing as truth, and you're not being very truthful. I disagree. What is truth? What is true blue? What is a riffcast? These are questions. They are questions. Look, why don't we just try a second take? All right. Hello, it is I, Dr. Thaddeus Rusty Venture, and this is an intro to True Blue Riffcast, riffing about bad movies, such as Back to the Future, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and Cannonball Run. No, I can't accept this. I mean, I'm not going to say Cannonball Run is great, but it's certainly good of its genre. And what genre is that? Film Twitter? Wait, look, don't call me that, first of all. Rollicking, frolicking 70s road comedy, I guess? Fair enough, James. Fair enough. All right, well, I think that's enough intros. Perhaps we should do an outro now. What do you say? Indeed. Thank you for coming to True Blue Riffcast. Sit back, relax, enjoy the cast.
Thank you, James Urbaniak and Dr. Rusty Venture. I almost forgot to unmute my microphone. This is the True Blue Riffcast, the number one Riff Tracks podcast in the world. I am Jeremy, and I'm joined, as always, by...
What's up, everybody? I'm Dave. Jeremy's having a great day, apparently.
The day's been fine. It's been fine. It was a nice day off today.
Oh, really?
Little rainy. Had some thunderstorms rolling through, but nothing major.
Yeah. Do you have any tornadoes?
No. They were saying
apparently those are the in thing.
Yeah,
they're the in thing now. Tornadoes. Well, that and protests, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. How's it going, Dave? On your end, anything fun and exciting happening recently that you maybe want to share with our listeners? Maybe you finished something.
Oh yeah, I finished a book. Yeah. I suppose that's a thing. I did. Yes, it is still daylight here, Oliver. It is 8:04 in the PM, and I don't want to end my life. It's been really cold the last few days, actually. Like, it's been snow. It snowed yesterday, and it snowed the day before. If you go into the Discord, did I share those pictures there? Or just snow everywhere. But yeah, I finished my third book in the last. It's been 4 years since I started writing prose novels. I wrote Monkey in 2020, Spaghetti and Meatballs in 2022, and I just finished my third one, Nostalgia Inc. It's about magic tattoos that, and art forgery and other things that, like, if I even say what it is, number one, you'll all think I'm insane. Number two, it will I mean, we're not on YouTube, but if we were on YouTube, we would get immediately demonetized.
So it probably would get our Twitch suspended.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I mean, it might not. Like, if we were in a hot tub and we're showing our wet buttholes to the world.
Hey, if there's a little bit of
That's
cloth
disgusting.
over it, that's okay.
They will. No. You open Twitch's homepage.
Oh, I know.
And you can see
the just
this
chatting
girl's
is awful.
wet beehole right in your face. It's like, what is happening with Twitch?
I don't know.
I'm
I
no
don't have
prude,
it show me
but
any of the
I'm
just chatting stuff.
I'm no prude, but my cat shows me his beehole all the time, and I don't like that.
That's a part of the.
So what
human
makes you think
anatomy
I want
that
to see it
don't need to look at.
on Twitch? Yeah. It's not attractive.
Welcome to the Butthole Cast, folks. Apparently, that's what we are today. It's all about buttholes, including
my
this
gosh.
movie
Anyway.
that apparently dripped out of Bill Rabane's butthole, The Demons of Ludlow. That movie was awful.
Yeah, it was excessively mediocre, to say the least, especially for like a Bill Rabane movie. Like so many movies, a lot of it's already left me. Jeremy has watched it more recently than okay. Guys, I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
Oh yeah.
We're not even going to say what is in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, I'm going to veer the conversation into a different direction. Jeremy, do you have any fun stories from today or work, etc., etc.?
I haven't had to kick anybody out recently, so no.
No.
It's been kind of boring, which is kind of nice every once in a while because we get the people we have to kick out, and that usually gets the adrenaline going sometimes, depending on how they react to stuff. But it's been a chill.
Isn't it usually like stupid kids?
Usually, yeah, teenagers for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's been behaving the last weekend, so that's good.
Well, you haven't had any PG-13 horror movies in there recently, so
We do actually, because this last weekend the new PG-13 horror movie Tarot opened.
Tarot.
Yeah, about like tarot cards and people dying, and it looks so lame. I saw.
Well, yeah, it's a PG-13 horror movie. Of course,
No,
it's lame.
But I mean, like, extra lame. Like, I walked in, and this girl is like crawling along the floor of the house, and she looks up, and the attic access is up there, and there's this probably just a regular guy, dressed up like a creature, because that's what they do in these movies 9 times out of 10. It's really just a person, like the whole Scooby-Doo thing. And he
like Invasion of the Animal People.
Yeah, he has like these chainmail gloves, and he grabs the ladder for the attic and just like drops it down on her, and then picks it up and like drops it down again like 4 times until you finally see the tiniest bit of blood splatter on her phone that she was trying to get to. But that movie sitting at number 4 in the box office, the weekend box office.
Oh yeah, segue.
Number 1, The Fall Guy. Opening, 27 million for a slow weekend. That's not
Which
bad.
one is that?
That's the one that's kind of a rehash of the old show with Lee Majors about the stuntman who was a private detective by night. This has why can't I remember his name? Ken from the Barbie movie. Why can't I remember his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
And Emily Blunt and
Mary Poppins.
Challengers at number 3. I skipped number 2. I'll go back to it in a second. And number 5.
Wait, what was number 3?
Number 3 was Challengers, that tennis movie with Zendaya and the 2 guys.
I thought it was a feel-good movie about the Challenger disaster. Hi-oh.
Number 5, Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. The number
Still?
2 movie. The number 2 movie in the country is a re-release celebrating the 25th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Made $8.7 million over the weekend.
Wow, the prequel nostalgia is strong.
Yeah.
It's amazing. If you remember that, like we do, then it's like, okay, so like in 19 years, is there going to be like the Last Jedi nostalgia for like Porgs and
maybe.
Because I don't know, like
I think
so,
certain
like,
people will be too old to care about it at that point.
Yeah,
and
or
so
dead.
the rest of the people who didn't have unrealistic hate for that movie will probably go see it. But
so I mean, like we lived through both of those ridiculous backlashes. Looking back on both of them now, they were both really ridiculous.
all of it is.
Which was worse? Because episode 1 was pretty bad.
I think the backlash against The Last Jedi is worse only because of social media.
Oh, okay.
If social media was as big as it is now during the time that Phantom Menace was out,
yeah,
that very well likely could have been the last Star Wars movie made.
Do you think you might think that because it was more recent?
Possibly.
And it's like more fresh.
It could be. But again, everybody's voice is a little amplified now. You know.
Yes, that's
We've
true.
got social media and idiots with podcasts like us that just rant about things for an hour at a time.
Yeah, well, we rant about stuff that deserves it. Like
This is true.
Like Demons of Ludlow.
Yeah, because this movie definitely deserves it. Definitely deserves it.
Yeah, it sure does.
Before we get into this, though, we have Dave That Riff first. Before we have to talk about Demons of Ludlow. And I was mentioning this before I started the podcast, but I know I'm super pale, but I'm really... Whoa, that's not better. I'm really washed out tonight, and I can't figure out why I'm extra bright. I think it's just because I'm got a white TV.
Insert laundry joke here.
Yeah.
So I will read what people are saying in the chat. So Madam Web would have been a hit if it wasn't for social media. No.
No, I think that still would have got hurt big time. Just by word
I still
of
need
mouth,
to watch that. Am I being unrealistic for holding out hope that there's going to be a riff for that?
I don't know. We might get a just the jokes for it. I kind of hope we do, but
yeah, I really hope we do because I don't want to watch that vanilla.
No, I don't either.
It seems extra bad.
Yes.
You know.
So I decided I would give Dave one of the single most difficult rounds of Dave That Riff.
Yeah, you're making bold claims about this earlier.
I've ever created. This is possibly the most devious and difficult round.
Now you said it was two. You said it was 2 live shows.
This is 2 live shows, correct?
Okay. So how devious could it be?
The 2 live shows, okay. Miami Connection.
Oh no.
And The Room.
Well, I thought it was going to be Samurai. I thought you would say Samurai Cop.
No, Miami Connection and Samurai
Miami
Cop.
Connection and Miami Connection and The Room.
Miami Connection and Samurai Cop would have actually been difficult.
Yeah.
This in reality
this is not going to be difficult.
This is literally going to be the easiest one that I've ever done.
Oh, okay. You were being facetious.
Yeah,
okay, I get it.
I just wanted
I was
to
about
have
to say
a little
those
bit
two
of
aren't
extra
alike
fun
at
with it.
all.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just want to have some extra fun with it today because I'm gonna do my best at recreating the lines exactly as they're spoken.
Why are you making it so easy for me?
Because I just wanted to have fun today. I just wanted to have fun.
Okay.
I think this is just a fun, it's a fun, goofy, silly one. All right. I don't know which one I want to start off with. All right.
So you're basically just doing this to amuse yourself.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Most of these are lines from the movies themselves. There's one that's a riff. This is the riff. Well, Rose has had a good 2,000-year run as symbols of love and beauty, but that's all over now.
Okay, that is The Room.
That is The Room. That's absolutely The Room.
Yeah.
You're gonna ace this one, but okay.
Well, it's been a long time since I've done that, so.
Okay, I gotta deadpan this.
Okay.
I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
I definitely have breast cancer.
Definitely.
That's
have
The
breast
Room.
cancer. This is The Room. All right, here we go. This one might be kind of hard for me to do without laughing. You son of a... Don't give me a hard time, you son of a bitch! Next time I'll kill your ass!
Well, I don't recognize that from The Room, so that's Miami Connection.
That is Miami Connection. That's when the guy
I don't know Miami Connection as well as The Room. I know The Room pretty good.
That was when the guy went in and tried to fight with the club promoter about them hiring Dragon Sound.
I know everybody else has seen Miami Connection a million times. I think I've seen it maybe twice.
Here we go. Let's see what's another one I can do. Here we go. Keep your stupid comments in your pocket.
Well, that's The Room.
That's The Room. Congratulations. Good job. You're still at 100%. 3 for 3. No, 4 for 4. I did 4.
Yeah,
already,
4.
Yeah.
I was about to say it's 4.
I can't count. You've only seen the live show once. Oh. It's kind of surprising, Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver. Slacker.
All right, so we got 2 left. Here you go. This one should be real easy. Cheap,
Okay.
cheap, 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 cheap.
That's The Room.
Yeah. Good job. 5
No,
5 for 5.
now watch me buff it on this last one
No,
somehow.
I guarantee you won't. Because this one's hard for me to do. I tried doing it earlier, and I struggled with it. So we're going to see if I can pull it off this time. My father! I found my father! Oh my god! It's hard to get
that's
that
Miami
high.
Connection.
That is Miami Connection. Congratulations,
That is
Dave.
Miami
You got
Connection.
6 out of 6.
Perfect score.
100%.
Literally the easiest Dave That riff we've done in like the 7 months we've been doing this game.
Yeah, ever. Definitely the easiest one.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go through some of those lines, and
Yes.
there were a couple other ones that I wanted to. I almost did the single most famous thing from The Room. I did not hit her, but
I did not.
I didn't think I'd be able to make it through that one all the way. Or the
I did not hit her. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Oh,
Speaking of the
hi,
room,
Mark.
groaning during sex scene. Moving on.
I don't know.
We're going to talk about this.
Have
Not
we
the
talked
newest.
about The Room in depth on the podcast?
Yes. Yeah, we did a whole episode about it and about how our genuine love for that movie.
Yes. Yes, I love The Room so much.
Today we're talking about a movie. It's not Riff Tracks' most recent release, but it is their second to newest release. It's better on this side. Oh yeah, that is better. Okay. We are going to be talking about The Demons of Ludlow, Another
And right off the
wonderful
bat-
movie from the mind of Bill Rebane.
Yeah, what a psycho. Okay, here's the thing about Bill Rebane. He's not quite Roger Corman. But I mean, like, okay, so those of you who don't know, Bill Rebane is this weirdo from Wisconsin who does all these horror movies that aren't scary.
Well,
And-
technically, he's from Latvia.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Well, he's a citizen because he ran for governor.
Yes, he is. His nationality is American. So
Yes. So he did Giant Spider Invasion. He did Monster A Go-Go. He did something that we briefly talked about on this. Like, what was that one with Tiny Tim? The Halloween
Blood
one with
Harvest?
the clown. Yeah. So I think we talked about that very briefly.
we talked. About
I don't know if we did.
I think we did an episode about it.
But this might be his blandest movie, which is saying something because it has a ridiculous premise.
Yeah.
It's about a haunted piano that a haunted piano that has the ghosts of pilgrims that were accused of witchcraft in Ludlow, I think, Massachusetts. It has to be because it was shot in Wisconsin. Okay, there's so much wrong with this. Okay, right off the bat, the title is wrong. The title is wrong. There are not demons in this movie. They are ghosts. Okay?
Yeah, there's no demons.
They're different. Like demons are not the same as ghosts. Ghosts are like the spirits of living beings that got killed and can't depart to the next life and are hanging around on Earth. That is a ghost. A demon is a creature from the pits of hell.
I
Not
love
what
this.
this is.
I love these. I'm looking at the Wikipedia for this, and there's nothing.
There's like nothing.
There's a couple
not
lines.
a thing.
The first line, like the introduction line. The Demons of Ludlow is a 1983 American horror film directed by blah, 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 blah. The plot revolves around murderous pilgrim demons that lurk inside an antique piano.
They're not demons.
The tagline, or I'm assuming this is the tagline, this is all that's listed under plot for this movie. The town of Ludlow has a dark past, and when a piano arrives, demons come out to terrorize. Like the whole grinning ghosts. But yeah, this was released on Blu-ray. This movie got a Blu-ray release.
Everything's getting a Blu-ray release. What are you
in
talking
the summer
about?
of 2020 as part of Arrow Video's Weird Wisconsin, the Bill Rebane Collection box set.
I read on Wikipedia because I was looking for stuff to talk about because guys, there's not a lot to talk about because the movie there really isn't. So I went looking. Apparently, some horror film association in Wisconsin gave Bill Rebane like a lifetime award for like his contributions to horror cinema in the state of Wisconsin, and it's like the highest award he's ever gotten. It's like, it's wow, I would be embarrassed.
The best scene in this movie, because look, I watched the whole thing tonight, like 4 hours ago. I turned this movie on.
Yeah,
and
I watched it this morning,
and it literally felt. I told Dave. Sorry, I don't know why I said David. That was weird. I told Dave that
it is my name.
Well, yeah, but you don't.
Yeah. I got you.
I told him that this movie was Copper Mounting all over the place because I was looking at it and I'm like, all right, this movie's got to be almost over. And I brought up the time bar at the bottom of the video and it was not even halfway done at that point.
Let me guess.
And
Was
this
it at the
movie's
point?
Not that long. It's only 83 minutes.
Yeah. Well, no less than that. I think the runtime. I think the runtime. That's the original runtime. I think this runtime is like 78. That's what it was listed on the Riff Tracks website. It was like 70. I don't even think it's 80.
78 minutes is not. It's not a long movie, guys.
No, it's not long. Yeah.
And this felt.
But, it does feel long, and it feels long. Like let me tell you when I knew that this was going to be like a long movie. Like, when is this going to be over? It's like, okay, first scene, naked girl. Like, but and you know, we get a shot of Sybil's butt. It's not like, you know,
she's got lingerie on.
Street law. Yeah, no, but still, it's not like right up on her like in Street Law was. But still, the focus of the scene is her ass.
Yeah,
which, like, I don't know, maybe like people think I'm weird for complaining about this, but it's like I'm at an age where it's just like I don't care. I don't care about your ass. I really, really don't. Put it away. I'm not impressed.
Gratuitous scenes like that don't appeal really to either of us anymore. Like, there's no point for it, and it's just stop. Put some pants on. We'll be watching a movie later in this movie. I'm just going to interrupt you real quick because my brain.
Okay.
Later in this movie, there is a scene where a girl gets her shirt ripped open, and it's like,
oh yeah,
really,
for no reason.
Yeah.
And it's
and ghosts.
Yes, whatever. And it's like not like the character that happens to.
I'm just like
that's not. Yeah, they're making butt jokes. I see. Don't think I can't see you guys. I'm ignoring you. I see it. But so anyway, so she argues with they came up with a perfect name for him, Tall Peter Dinklage. She argues this like, we're going to a party, and like there are like something about the party they're having an argument about. Guess what? I don't care. Cuts to a guy playing a banjo.
Chris, I think.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Cuts to a guy playing a banjo at like an event like put on by like the Chamber of Commerce or something in Ludlow. And like they're in Massachusetts. Why is there a guy playing a banjo in Massachusetts? Now, obviously, it's not Massachusetts. Another thing that's wrong with the movie is that it's clearly shot in Wisconsin, the way all of Urbain's movies are. The idea that it's not in Wisconsin is absurd. You can like smell the cheese and the redneck sweat coming through the screen. Like this is not Massachusetts, you know. It's not maple syrup country. This is cheese country. But they try to pull it off like it is.
I have to interject something.
Okay.
I just saw an interesting fact about this movie.
Oh no.
One of the actors, I don't remember which character was Emily. I don't know if that was the girl that got her shirt ripped open and then was like teaming up with the ghost. I don't know. Patricia J. Stotts, the actress who played Emily in the film, died in the 9/11 attack on the Pentagon.
Well, that's it for the True Blue Riffcast, everybody. The podcast is over. I am blocking Jeremy on Facebook.
That's absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane.
Okay. What was she doing there?
I don't know. She must have like went into a different line of work, I'm guessing.
It must have. Okay. Well, anyway.
She was working on her doctorate degree in education.
At the Pentagon? On 9/11?
Yeah.
I did not think I was going to be saying these sentences when we started the podcast 30 minutes ago, Jeremy.
No, me either.
Wow.
Oh, maybe Emily was a
Anyway.
little girl.
Oh, that's terrible. But she's no. I feel terrible now. This is really bad. But welcome back from the edit, everybody. Anyway, so
I love it when I can just totally kill the podcast.
yeah, banjo's playing. Mayor comes out and be like, "Oh, hey, it's the 200th anniversary of the founding of Ludlow. Here's this piano." And so, horny guy 1 and horny girl 2 go up and be like, "Oh, this is a great piano. Let's go right behind it and like let's bang behind the piano." Like, oh, no one will see. Yeah, it's very strange. And little girl is there, who we're going to assume is the person who was killed in the horrible terrorist attack on our country at the Pentagon on 9/11. She looks at them, and it's unclear whether or not, Jeremy, do you think she haunts the Pentagon as a ghost? In her pilgrim costume.
Oh.
Do you think? Okay. Jeremy, come back. We have to do the podcast.
Yeah, okay, so
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is I think we may have just reached the lowest point in the history of the True Blue Riffcast.
that is worse. That is my Val Kilmer moment right there, I think.
There's this little girl at the Pentagon wandering around in the everyone's wondering why she's there. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Oh man, I'm crying.
Oh God. All right. Okay. We have to
Anyway,
regroup.
the little girl sitting there behind the piano. I don't think that they can see her because she shows up a few other times in very obvious places in the movie, and like nobody notices her. Like she's like standing right in the window, like Torgo, when the reporter lady's going into that one place, and she doesn't see her. And there was some other place where she showed up, and the people didn't see her. But then they saw her driving the car down the road. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they end up, they're like, we'll do it later. We'll sneak off later. And then it's like, I don't know if it's the next day, like when they're in church, but they like leave church early, and somebody like does notice. He like turns around and like, yeah, okay. And they sneak off into like a barn, and like the girl is like up in the hay loft, and she's like, I got a surprise for you. You gotta go downstairs. And she like gets naked. I mean, she's just in her undergarments.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite riffs from this whole thing was when she's like, "Hey, are you coming?" And Bill just goes, "Well, hopefully not yet." Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
But they're like, "This is the surprise." I'm pretty sure we all thought this was what this was leading to. And then like the little glowing green hand like pops up from the floor where she is and rips her guts out, aka smears red stuff on her stomach.
Yeah. I was like, is it supposed to be blood? Like, it wasn't scary.
No, not at all.
Okay, nothing in this movie is like even remotely scary. It's crazy.
Or gory, or like Ghost House. At least Ghost House had like gross and scary effects. Like the whole like maggot face thing, that was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And like some of the effects,
I like Ghost House though. I
I
mean,
love
like that
Ghost
goes
House,
a
yeah.
long way.
yeah.
You know, to like okay, so let's go to like one of the weirder moments of the movie, and it's like when we're first introduced to like there's like maybe something sinister going on with the piano,
Yeah.
and it doesn't make doesn't make sense. So old lady and her, what's the nice way to say this? Like
Her daughter. Just her daughter.
her daughter who's like, you know, socially awkward.
I really hope, like my first thought was the daughter was maybe like 18-ish.
Yeah.
I'm hoping she was, because she's the one who ends up getting her shirt ripped off in her next scene.
Yeah.
While the mom is playing the harpsichord piano.
Yeah. We'll get to that. It doesn't sound like a piano, guys. But they're like having some kind of argument at dinner, and like, you know, the girl's just like not talking, like, you know, like she has mental difficulties, I guess is the nice way to say that.
But then she talks fine, like after.
Yeah, so then she talks fine. And then she's
really
like,
weird.
and mom's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm leaving. I'm going to go play the piano at the Chamber of Commerce."
Yeah,
so
they
mom
have
F's
sit
off.
in the town hall.
Yeah. Mom goes to the Chamber of Commerce, which is what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Mom goes to the because it's funnier. Haha. 9/11. So she goes to the Chamber of Commerce and starts playing the piano, for this antique piano. Guys, it's an ugly piano too. It's like the ugliest piano I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They could have got
kind
like
of
a
looks
nice
like
grand
they
piano.
took the organ from Santa Claus and like stripped it down, and it's just bad. It's just bad.
It looks like a player piano, and I think it might be.
Yeah, 'cause
but
it has the big double doors on the front of it.
yeah, and it does play by itself, so I guess it would have to be a player piano. But she's playing it, and the sounds that come out is not piano sound. It sounds like a keytar. That was my first thought.
Casio keyboard set to harpsichord. Honestly,
Yeah, it's not.
It sounds very electronic.
Yeah, it's not a piano from 1620.
No,
It is not. So she's playing, and we cut back to the house where her daughter is playing with and like giving like one of her dolls and talking to her dolls, like
a haircut. Yeah,
giving it a haircut and talking to the doll the way obviously her mom talks to her. It's really like, "I've been so nice to you, and you just reward me with bad behavior." And she has like a whole wall of, and this is supposed to be creepy, but it's just kind of stupid. She has like a whole wall of like dolls and toys and stuff that she talks to.
this is where the title of the episode comes from, by the way, guys. This scene right here.
So she like hears something going on downstairs, and she F's off. And it goes down, and like there's a picture, not a picture, there's like a Smurfette right there.
Yeah, it was. She was asking the dolls which one laughed.
Yeah.
Like, which one of you laughed? I heard it, and she's like, "Was it you? Was it you?" And they like point the camera at a couple different dolls, and the guy Goo Goo Gaga, and then it shows Smurfette, and they're like, "Smurf, Smurf."
Smurf.
That was a good one.
So she goes downstairs, and the Pilgrim Ghosts are all there. And the Pilgrim Ghosts are there because her mom is playing the piano at the Chamber of Commerce. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's sort of explained that later on that the ghosts are going at that the ghosts were they were accused of being witches because it's Massachusetts and Bill Urbane doesn't have an imagination. Okay, this is one of the tropes I'm so ridiculously sick of. Is the Salem witch trials? Stop it.
Well, it's that
It's
mixed
not
with, mixed
interesting.
with the sins of the father trope because
Yeah.
they're going after the direct ancestors of the people who killed them. Now, this town only has like what they say, 46 people.
Yeah, which means so generally you would think that we're going to come back to the Pilgrim ghost sitting at the table because something very strange happens there, and it's supposed to be scary, but it's just stupid. And I don't know how they got how Rebane got the actress to do this because it's kind of disgusting. You would think that you look at your family tree, right, and you go back 400 years, you're gonna have 64 ancestors. Okay, these people that judged these witches that became ghosts, that are incorrectly called demons in the title, they would have had hundreds of descendants since 16 whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it's like for in order for this to work, every person would have had to had one kid, all the way down. Just direct replacement, which doesn't happen.
No.
But that's something else that is just a thing. So going back to the dinner table where girl is, but she's I think she's got to be in her 20s, I think.
Yeah.
She goes down and she's seeing all these pilgrims having dinner, and they're all clawing this turkey because they're pilgrims in Thanksgiving, because that's the only meal that's the only time they ever ate was at Thanksgiving, and they all only had turkey. That's the only thing we associate with pilgrims ever is turkey. And so they're eating a turkey, and
they make here about how you could carve the turkey, but why do that when you can just squish it?
Yeah, they go through and this table full of pilgrims are all going in with their bare hands and just yanking pieces of just chunks of flesh off of this turkey. And it doesn't make any sense. And they notice her and they go over there, and the first thing they do is just rip her shirt off.
Yeah.
And show her tits. And then she's dead.
She died of embarrassment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's just it's.
I will say when her mom bites it shortly thereafter, that was another one of my favorite scenes from this movie, because her daughter comes in dressed up in old-timey clothes. I'm not going to say pilgrim outfits because there's so much inconsistency with the outfits that these guys are wearing.
Oh, we'll get to that. There's a sword fight later, which makes no sense.
That was really out of nowhere. But she's in bed, and her daughter and the little girl come in, and the little girl's holding the basket. And she reaches into the basket and chucks a rock at the mom's head. And then she just starts bouncing rocks off of her face. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
And then
maybe she should have done that to the plane.
That whole scene I enjoyed because I liked how Stone the Witch, the ceiling kind of stretched down, and then it broke open and the hand came up, and they tied a noose around her neck and the hand dragged her up. That was kind of neat. That was probably the only thing in this movie that was kind of neat. Everything else was just really, really, really bad, including the sword fight. Why there's a sword fight?
Okay. Well, let's talk about that. Okay, so they have a town meeting where they just have this spread of like Thanksgiving is never really addressed, but it's always like it's ever present. It's really weird, and they have this meeting where the mayor like lays out like this nice big spread where they're talking about the death of like the most recent victim or whoever it was that died most recently. I think it was probably the girl. And it's so they'd be like, well, what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? And it's like the most weird, awkward town meeting. So the Pilgrims kill his wife, I think, and she was the girl that was showing her butt in the first scene. And then another girl comes in out of nowhere. I think, she ends up being the final girl. We don't know. We don't know what happens.
The reporter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so little ghost girl starts stalking the mayor and sort of like leads him to the Chamber of Commerce where the piano is, I think.
Three swashbucklers in there.
Before he gets there, there's like three like pirate peoples, like dudes in like pirate attire, and they have like a Three Musketeers sword fight for no reason.
Yeah.
For the benefit of no one.
And it wasn't even a good sword fight. Like
no, it was very rudimentary. It wasn't fun to watch. And you just gotta wonder, like, why is this happening? So the mayor comes in and they tie the mayor to a chair and they cut his head off.
And it's the most bloodless decapitation. Like it was pathetic at how little blood there was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so Rebane, like, okay, so that head actually kind of looked like the guy. So like that head could not have been cheap.
No.
Like I've seen a decapitated head of Ving Rhames at my friend Richard Dutcher's house. I'm not kidding. And he did a movie called what was it called? Evil Angel, starring Ving Rhames. And I saw a prop of Ving Rhames. It looked just like him, and he keeps it in his house. I even did a joke about it in Mystery Science Storybook Volume 3, where Richard Dutcher shows up and is at B Movie Con, and he's trying to get find director's jobs, and he like carries the head of Ving Rhames with him around. It's like, no, it's really the head of Ving Rhames.
Bring me the head of Ving Rhames.
When you make one of those things, like props like that, like it requires like a lot of craft.
Yeah.
And it actually was really good. So I'm just wondering like what Rebane's budget priorities were when like he couldn't afford blood apparently. Did they spend it? I mean, like that piano was garbage. That piano was a piece of crap.
Oh yeah, they did not put any money into that.
No. So and like the piano is now the piano is like the central focus of the haunted, of like the supernatural phenomenon that's going on. And like Head Pilgrim Man is, I guess, trapped in the piano. So, and you would think like some care would have gone into like that piano as a prop, but no, I think they just found some player piano and painted it white. And
with
like
gold trim, because that looks like real nice gold.
Oh yeah, it looks like real gold. I know it doesn't. Shut up. Tall Peter Dinklage and wife replacement show up at the Chamber of Commerce, and like they figured it out. They had like a Crater Lake monster scene where they just like figured everything out, where they just sussed it out.
They even figured the notes that they need to play.
Yes. So, but the thing is, he goes and he has an axe, and he hits one of the keys. He'd be like, okay, well, I think this will work for some reason. Takes an axe and he hits a key on the piano, and the piano just like flips out, like it like starts to like crumble.
Yeah, like the
to the
ground
floor?
opens up and it like sinks down.
Yeah, it's like blah, and then it just like starts exploding and like all kinds of stuff, and has the opposite effect of like what they wanted to happen.
The face,
Like you would think that like
pushed through the little like.
yeah, I was
opening
trying to
thing,
be
too.
scared of
There was, like
no,
a-
but it just so all the ghosts are there.
I
Head
don't
Pilgrim
know
guy is there.
why they were exploding. Because the
Yes,
little girl
like
was
it-
exploding in a stump earlier.
Yeah.
Like
So anyway, so all the ghosts are there. They're all there, and instead of leaving, tell Peter Dinklage and wife replacement just like sit around and like basically just let the ghosts kill them.
well, they try to leave, but the door, like as soon as they turn towards the door, like they all start coming after them. And I almost thought they were just gonna leave the reporter lady alone because she didn't have anything to do with it or whatever. I'm still not sure what her fate actually was.
Nobody knows. Okay, so
But they chopped the
yeah.
dude's
his hands
tall
off
Peter
because
Dinklage's
that's what
hands
yeah.
off because that's what happened
he-
to the main pilgrim.
That's what happened to the main
ghost
guy, and he got his
guy.
hands back, and like that was the whole thing, and that's why he was trapped in the piano because he had his hands cut off and couldn't leave the piano until a descendant of the guy who cut his hands off gave him his hands.
It was kind of like a weird version of that episode of Futurama.
I
Give me
want
my
my
hands
hands back. But cut hands with danger. That's pretty good. I like that. But so I guess he dies. Is he? No, it's okay. Did he die? Did they cut his hands off?
I think he
because
died,
there was
yeah.
no blood.
Yeah, he did because
as
they're like,
previously
oh,
mentioned.
death by hand loss. Like they
Death
they
by
make a
hand,
joke
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Well, I think
and
you
then-
would eventually bleed out.
Yeah. And then they grab her, and the next time
Oh
we
yeah.
see
Okay.
her,
So wife replacement suddenly is in pilgrim attire.
yeah, or pilgrim
And
attire.
yeah. So she is like, okay, well, I'm going to be the smart one. I'm going to leave. So, but she runs to one building across town in the snow, and there's a pilgrim ghost. Oh, can't go there. Runs to another building. Oh, another pilgrim ghost. Can't go in there. Starts running down the road and hits and suddenly it's under the dome. And she runs into like a sci-fi dome, like an invisible dome with like electric force field around it. Like, oh, I can't leave. Oh no, this is terrible. And then until okay, this is what happens, guys. So, a car from inside the town.
That's the photographer with the reporter.
Okay, yeah. So he comes and like drives through her, and I guess she's a ghost now. And then like once like he drives through her, suddenly she's not a ghost. She was a ghost for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm not a ghost. I'm back in my regular clothes now." Looks down, falls over, and photographer man. It gets like, oh, what's going on? Goes like, okay. Goes to check on her. Credits roll.
Yep. So we don't know if she made it out or not.
Movie's over. It's
one of the unsolved mysteries from this film.
It is an even less. Okay, so I was about to say it's an even less satisfying Dangerous Men ending, and it really is. But that would imply that the ending of Dangerous Men wasn't satisfying, because that was the most amazing ending, like fall off a cliff ending ever. Yeah. This was just annoying. Like,
yes, Citizen Yarn, wearing pilgrim clothes turns you into a ghost. That is the takeaway.
It turns you into a ghost until you get run through by a car, and then you come back. You come back to normal, come back to life, and then fall over on the ground. And it is unclear. You're like Schrodinger's girl. You don't know if you're dead there or not. And you'll never know because the movie's over.
Yeah.
Demons of Ludlow.
My family came home and my 15-year-old asked what movie I watched, and I told her it was called Demons of Ludlow, and she's like, "Oh, what's it about?" I'm like, pilgrim, ghosts, and sometimes
In a
pirates.
piano.
And a piano, yeah, pilgrim ghosts that were haunting a piano, and she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the most I was able to get out of this movie."
Stupid.
It's very, very, very stupid.
Okay, so Oliver Olang says, what about tall Peter Dinklage's clerical collar and normal shirt? That's because Bill Rebane, Will Bill Rebane, old Will Bill, is what we'll call him from now on. Old Will Bill, is a moron. He doesn't care about wardrobe.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, just put a collar on. No one gives a shit. You know, like no one who goes to church will watch this. They're all prudes. They won't see anything with boobs.
Good point. Oliver says, good point. The only interesting thing that I learned today had nothing to do with this movie. And had everything to do with
the most interesting thing I learned today had something very much to do with this movie.
That's the most uncomfortable thing I think I've ever learned about a movie. Aside from the Twilight Zone movie. But yeah, this is why I love.
Is this the best episode ever or the worst episode ever? Because I think it might be both.
Yeah, somehow it's definitely both.
Somehow this is both the best and worst episode of the True Blue Riffcast. In fact, I'm going to go for no, not the worst. I think this is the best. This is the best. This is historic.
This is one that you're going to want to get on our Patreon to watch the video, because otherwise you're going to hear us cackling and wheezing. And
there's going to be like a long silence, and you're just going to be like, where did they go?
Stop? Did the playback stop? You're going to check your phone.
Yes.
And you're going to see that, yes, the timeline is still going.
I think that's a top threer. A top threer for moments in the podcast.
Yes.
I think that can only be topped by Matthew J. Elliott breaking podcast.
Killing the podcast.
I think that's the only thing that can top it. Yeah. Really. Maybe not the best episode, but definitely a top two. Ones. Maybe even maybe even the best moment of the whole podcast. Maybe.
You're gonna want to tell your friends about this one.
Yes.
You're gonna be like, these two idiots. Come look at this part. Look what these two idiots did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Demons of Ludlow. I'm not gonna watch it again.
Nope, definitely not.
No, it's not worth it. I would.
I don't even. I
would pick it up.
I'm gonna answer the question. I would never watch this movie on Rift. The funny thing is, guys. Okay, so I like to find old movies like this. I saw the poster for this. I didn't look at who made it, but I saw the poster, and I'm like, oh, this looks like it'll probably be terrible. And so I may have added it to my server, to my personal collection. And I was going through movies that I have in there like a month ago to clean stuff out, and I saw that one, and I looked at it, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of this one.
Which one was it?
The Demons of Ludlow. And
okay.
And I got rid of it, and then I saw that they riffed it, and I'm like, oh man. And now I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, I dodged a bullet.
That's a good reason, yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't try and watch that one unriffed, because I would not have made it through.
Do we need any more Bill Rebane movies in the canon? You think? You think
No. I'm looking.
Like,
I looked at his other movies, and there's not anything.
Yeah, me too. Like between like Monster A Go-Go and like Giant Spider Invasion and this. It's like, I really don't know. I mean, I've seen Twister's Revenge, I think, is the one with the monster truck.
Yeah.
Like, but, that's
we don't
more,
need another version
stupidness.
We don't need another version of Monster Go.
Giant Spider, but yeah.
We got 2 of Giant Spider Invasion, which was fine. I mean, the live show was a lot of fun, but
it was a lot of fun. But it's like, guys, Bill Rebane, like he's not as fun or clever as, like, say, Neil Breen, he's not.
Give me more Charles Band before you give me more Bill Rebane.
Yeah.
How about our friend, our Dinosaur Island friend? I can't blanking out his name right now.
Something, I know his name too. Oh crap!
It's like a 3.
Fred
Olin Ray. Yes. There's only one other movie I want from him.
We've had enough of him too.
I only want that Christmas movie that he made. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
We don't need anything else from Fred Olin Ray. Please, dear God, do not give us anything else from Fred Olin Ray.
We don't need more Bill Rebane. like I've had my fill, and he's a nutcase, and I'd rather not do business with him. But that's just me.
Well, yeah, because he did this whole thing.
Didn't he try to get? Yeah, for Giant Spider Invasion?
When they were doing Giant Spider Invasion, he started, like, going out and being like, oh, these guys never told me that they were doing this and blah, 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 and they misrepresented, and he was, like, trying to get the live show canceled.
Why would they do business with him after that? I mean, it's none of our business, but, I guess.
I mean, they're probably not doing it directly with him. I'm sure it's just with the company that owns the
film
rights
company,
to that movie. Yeah.
I think it's Mill Creek. I think Mill Creek owns all of his movies now.
I don't know. I don't really care. I hope we don't get anything else. So.
Yeah, no more Bill Rebane. That's
But I think that's going to do it for today's podcast.
Yes, we need to get out of here before something even more insane happens.
If you enjoyed this podcast, and
I don't know how you couldn't have.
Yeah. And you want to support us, you could do that by either following us right here on Twitch. You can subscribe. You can cheer bits at us. You can. There's a donations page. There's. Speaking of subscribing, look at that. Thank you, Oliver Lang, for.
Yes, thank you for subscribing.
Resubscribing, I should say. You can also head to patreon.com/TrueBlueRiffcast. And you can see the VOD of this episode and other previous episodes right there for a mere $2 a month. And, of course, you can follow the podcast on Twitter, formerly known as X, at TBRiffcast. And you can follow me anywhere else at PBandAwesome.
Yep, and I'm Dave. You can follow me on Twitter at DChadwickAuthor. I have a link tree there. There's an invite to the Discord on that. Click there and come and tell us how horrible we are for talking about ghosts at the Pentagon after 9/11.
Yep, but that's going to do it for us this week, folks. We'll see you next time right here on the True Blue Riffcast.
Rock till you die.